Well, for a number of decades now, the Atkinson family have been wonderful contributors to harness racing, commencing with Dean, and now his youngest sons Mitchell and also Mathew are starting to make their mark, along with his daughter MacKenzie. I caught up with both MacKenzie and Mathew to welcome them into their new careers in harness racing. Well, MacKenzie and Mathew, thank you for joining us. Congratulations, MacKenzie, you now appear in the race book as a trainer.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful thrill.
Yeah, it was good. It was a bit of a disappointing run, but we got him checked out and we're treating him now, and hopefully he'll go a lot better next time.
Yeah, we're speaking of Major Allegiance, who has always shown above average ability.
Yeah, he's a really good horse and he always tries. He was a bit disappointing in his younger races and he never really tried, and then we sort of tried different stuff and he became a bit more of a trying and promising horse.
As far as the training ranks are concerned, following in the footsteps of your dad, Dean, and also your pop, Barry Thornton.
Yeah, they've both been involved with harness racing for quite some time. Pop and Dad both drove and trained. Dad stuck to more training, and I think Pop drove a fair few winners, which he'll tell you about.
And you're looking to continue on, as far as your father is concerned, looking at training more than the driving part.
Yeah, I'm probably more interested in training rather than driving. At least I can blame him if it doesn't go right.
And Mathew, you're more interested in the driving side of it, and congratulations, you're now 5 drives into your career.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a good thrill just going around on the track. So yeah, it was pretty good.
No doubt you'll be waiting to get onto this bigger track to have a drive.
Yeah, I'll just wait for that. Not ready just yet, but once I have a few more drives I think I'll be right. But it's a bit hard with all the big boys here, like all the good drivers.
It's hard on the circuit you're driving in at the moment because you've still got the outstanding drivers going into those events.
Yeah, exactly. You have all the good drivers out like Bathurst, Wagga. They're not someone just to not talk about. They're all handy out there.
Then again, Mathew, when you're driving against the best, it can only make you the best.
Yeah, it can only get me better, which is good.
As far as your dad's concerned and your pop, what do you think's the most important lesson you've learned from them at this early stage of your driving career?
Just patience. Just drive with patience. It'll come. Just wait for a bit of luck, and like even just waiting for my first winner, I'll just patient and it'll come when it wants to.
Well, certainly you've got to worry about the class of horse you're driving, the barrier draws. So many things come into driving a winner.
Yeah, exactly. Need a bit of luck. Yeah. You need a lot to go your way in a race to win it, so you need the right horse and that, like you said. So,
what about you, MacKenzie, as far as learning from your dad and your pop lessons?
Not really too sure. Probably just that if you're kind to a horse, they'll be kind to you, and you can't really make a horse do too much if they don't want to, so you have to work with them rather than against them.
Yeah, one of the disadvantages of being a trainer is that temperatures down your neck of the woods, we're talking Marulan and probably around that Goulburn area as well, got down to minus 10 degrees. You had to get up to look after the horses. Little brother stayed in bed.
Yeah, I try to work one before I leave for work most mornings, so usually 6:30, and it's pretty cold, so I have to rug up, but then he usually gets the nicer weather later on in the day, which I don't, but you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
We're going to talk about your career away from harness racing in a moment, but as far as numbers are concerned at this early stage of your career?
I've just got 2 at the moment that I'm working with. Hopefully one's not too far off racing, and then Major Allegiance, hopefully we can sort him out and get him right back to how he can go.
As far as people outside of the family circle, those people you've looked to learn from or you respect their opinions?
Well, Blake Fitzpatrick's been really good to us since we've come back. He's always been really good, and Brad and Dave Hewitt, and they've been really good to us and always wanting to teach us. Dave's offered plenty of times to help, and they're just all really good and makes it easy for us young trainers and even drivers.
Yeah, that's a big plus in this industry, the fact that there's so many people to call on and they're always willing to assist anyone, in particular the new generation of trainers and drivers.
Yeah, it's really good. They're all keen to help out, and they'll obviously tell you probably more driving if you do something wrong, how to that you need to fix it, or like even you can usually go to a lot of the trainers, and if you're stuck with a horse not knowing what to do, they'll usually tell you what's helped them and how it can help your horses. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Matthew, you've always been around horses with the family, but it wasn't until you were about 14 years of age, so you missed the mini trotting stage of your career, but it was about 14 you really started to get a passion for harness racing.
Yeah, I wish I did do the mini trots. I've got heaps of friends that have said they've had a great time doing it, but it's just how it's planned out. The first day I drove a horse, I just loved it, then I came up the house and just told Mum that I wanted to drop out of school and just do horses. It's just the thing I want to do. And
that's exactly what you've done. You decided to turn your back on school and concentrate on being a full-time driver at this particular stage. And it comes as no surprise that one of the people that you're learning from is Cam Hart.
Yeah, he's been great to me. He's just like, he's always telling me what I can do better. Same with Harry Ross. Like, he's always out there helping me. Just like if he'll watch a replay and just tell me if I do something wrong. He's been great because he's only been in the position where I am not too long ago. Same with Jet Turnbull. He's been great with me. He messaged me before my first drive and just said, just stay calm, like don't be nervous, just have fun. Same thing Harry said. Like, they're the best to learn from because they've been in the spot a couple of weeks ago, like not weeks ago, like years ago.
Well, the past 6 or 7 months, ever since Harry came back from that serious elbow injury he's been driving winners on a regular basis. Of course, Jet, well, his career is just sensational, but you also had the chance to learn and spend time with Nathan Turnbull.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great experience. He was unreal when I was up there. I learnt heaps between him, Jai and Jet. They were unreal when they treated me like I was their own when I was up there. It was good.
It's a big plus, isn't it, for a young fella such as yourself to be able to walk into that environment and be treated like family?
Yeah, I was a bit nervous when I first went up. I've never been away from home, going and working somewhere, and so I just said to Jed, "Do you need a worker?" And he said, "Yeah." And I just went up there for a couple of weeks, and I was a bit nervous, but they were perfect for me.
Hey, MacKenzie, you're combining your skill as a trainer with the skill of being a teacher now, and you're also doing a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, I've been doing that for a while, just taking my time with it, but it's pretty good. I like working with the kids, and I work with kids now, just the older ones, but hopefully I can work in primary soon once I finish my degree.
Yeah, well, a wonderful experience, and you're able to balance everything?
Yeah, it can get a bit tricky, like obviously because I do uni online, like that's a bit hard, and I work full time and then try to do the horses. It can be a bit tricky, but I usually just try to do some uni on the way to the races, and that helps balance it out.
And Matthew, one of the reasons you did miss the mini trotters experience was the fact that you're a very talented young footballer. In fact, the Goulburn Stockmen are just coming off a competition premiership win, so congratulations on that. I believe you're a very cheeky little halfback.
Yeah, I got a bit of a mouth on me on the field. I'm pretty good off, but yeah, I love footy, always have, played it since I was young, so it was good to finally win a comp. Never won a comp before, so it was a good thrill.
No doubt, being the halfback, as we all know, he's the conductor of the team.
Yeah, it's a bit hard sometimes, but you got to do it when you play halfback.
You've got a bit of an interesting decision to make, whether to really go full pelt at the harness racing side of it, or there's an offer on the table from the Canberra's Raiders junior development.
Yeah, I've played like 2 seasons of that, but it's just not the thing I want to do racing. It's just hard. I want to do both, but it's just time consuming, both of them, and I picked racing, so.
Yeah, I suppose if you're going to devote yourself to either the harness racing or the rugby league, you've got to go all in.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to do footy, you've got to do 7 days a week, and it's a bit hard when you do racing as well.
Do you have a hero in the rugby league circle?
Oh, I do like Mitch Moses. I just love how he plays.
An outstanding choice. Yeah, you can't fault the way he plays, and from all reports he's a good bloke off the field as well, so that's all important.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter how good you are on the field, it just matters how good of a bloke you are off.
Same goes in harness racing. No matter how good you are out there, you've got to be the same off the track.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Mathew and MacKenzie, great to have this chat with you. Good luck with your careers. You're just starting out, and I wish you all the very best and continue on the success that your dad enjoyed.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Thanks for having me.